Inflation. Inflation is considered a global phenomenon. It takes place because of rapidly rising prices of goods and services, resulting in the decline of the value of money. The rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising and subsequently purchasing power is falling. The definitions of inflation. The first one is, according to Gregory, inflation is an increase in the quantity of purchasing power. Second one, according to Colburn, inflation is the stage of too much money chasing too few goods. Third one, according to Professor Samuelson, inflation occurs when general level of prices and cost is rising. The causes of inflation. First one, demand pull inflation. Demand pull inflation is caused by developments on the demand side of the economy. Second one, cost push inflation. Cost push inflation is caused by the effect of higher input cost on the supply side of the economy. Third one, inflation expectation. Inflation can also result from inflation expectations, that is, what households and businesses think will happen to prices in the future can influence actual prices in the future. Next, effects of inflation. The first one is raising prices of imports. Second one, lower national savings. Third one, redistribution of income and wealth. Fourth one, collapse of monetary system. Fifth one, adverse impact socially and politically. Sixth one, discourages investment and saving. Seventh one, higher interest or income tax rates. The control measures of inflation. Inflation is generally controlled by the central bank and or the government. The main policy used is monetary policy, that is changing interest rates. Following are the methods to control inflation. First one, monetary policy. Higher interest rates reduce demand in the economy, leading to lower economic growth and lower inflation. Second one, control of money supply. Monetarists argue there is a close link between the money supply and inflation. Therefore, controlling money supply can control inflation. Third one, supply side policies. Policies to increase the competitiveness and efficiency of the economy, putting downward pressure on long-term cost. The fourth one is fiscal policy. A higher rate of income tax could reduce spending, demand and inflationary pressures. Fifth one is wage or price control. Trying to control wages and prices could, in theory, help to reduce inflationary pressures. The current inflation rate in India. Inflation is crucial to determine one's purchasing power. In other words, inflation is a measure that causes the prices of both goods and services to rise over time, and buyers will feel the pinch as it affects their personal finance, particularly spending and buying habits. India's annual consumer inflation rate accelerated for the first time in 5 months to 4.81% in June of 2023 from an upwardly revised 4.31% in May and above market forecast of 4.58%. Food inflation increased to 4.99% from 2.91% in May, with the biggest gains reported for 19.19%, cereals 12.7%, pulses 10.5% and milk 8.6%. Also, the cost of vegetables declined by only 0.9 percentage, much less than a nearly 8 percentage fall in May, led by a rise in prices of tomatoes and onions. Meanwhile, prices of well and light went up 3.9 percentage, housing cost rose 4.6 percentage, miscellaneous increased 5.2 percentage, and prices for clothing and footwear surged 6.2 percentage. The Reserve Bank of India targets inflation at 2 to 6 percentage but aims to bring it to the midpoint of 4 percentage.